Hey there, Humbl fam. The My Hero convention in Florida is coming up fast, August 25th through the 27th. This event is for all ages and fandoms, with lots of exciting celebrities to meet, panels and events to attend, and tournaments and contests to win. I mean, it's hard to list them all in this short amount of time, but let's get it. You can meet Justin Briner, Lucy Christian, Monica Rial, Justin Cook, David Matranga, Emily Neves, Christopher Waycamp, Brittany Karbowski, Trina Nishimura, Leah Clark, Jamie Markey, Strange Cat Cosplay, Remy Domino, and Beku Koss, and who knows, maybe the Humbl team has a few last-minute surprise guests up their sleeves. And the cosplay, are you kidding me? I hear Florida brings it. Like every time. You guys gotta come out and see the cosplay contest, the video game and card game tournaments, the rave Saturday night. I haven't even mentioned the incredible artists in Artist Alley or the freaking sick merch you can get from the vendors. And it's all happening right across the street from a beautiful beach at the Destin Fort Walton Convention Center. Get your tickets now at www.myheroconvention.com or just check out the link in our bio. See you guys there. Until then, stay humble.
What's good, Humbl fam? It's time to come on in for another little visit here on episode 9 of The Humbl Show. I'm Grant Fletcher, as always, and joining me are my two co-hosts, Brandon Cox and Moonbeam Hallows, and this week we are joined by Chris Saenz. Hello, everybody. How are we?
I'm proud to be here.
Awesome.
Chris, you're with you own Texas Gaming. Tell us about the group and the organization. Give us kind of a rundown.
Yeah, so I started about 10 years ago, just trying to throw some tournaments, and was kind of doing the esports, just real grassroots effort. And I noticed a few years ago kind of an opportunity to get involved in some conventions. And that's how we got in touch with you guys last year, just trying to expand our portfolio and the conventions and the gaming that we provide. And so happy to have been able to partner with you guys. Y'all have been awesome. Definitely some opportunities for us to reach out into different states and stuff. And so that's what's honestly been really unique. Like Louisiana, those guys, we made really good connections with them. They actually want to turn the convention into like a regional Smash tournament the next time we roll out there. So we're definitely waiting to hopefully y'all have Louisiana again next year, and we can do something awesome with that. And so
well, I'll tell you what, man, you guys have lent a level of credibility to our gaming area for sure. Like we're so proud to have you guys. Y'all are legit.
Appreciate it.
Legit.
Yeah, man. What's funny is I see them show up. I see your guys show up at the convention, and they're pulling out boxes, and they're bringing out monitors, and they're bringing out Xboxes, and they're setting up all the controllers, and we've got displays everywhere and tables all set up, and like you said, it's a legit operation. It's a highly trafficked area of the convention. Like every time that you all have shown up,
you did busy until you guys started.
You did Louisiana Comic Con for us in March. You did Mobile Bay Anime Fest for us. What was that? April. We did that, and then we did My Hero Con Alabama. More recently too. It's been a hit, man. It's like all day, every day, like people are asking me like, oh, hey, where's the gaming at? Where's the gaming at? Like I'm directing people to the gaming room.
Yeah.
It's a hot spot.
Same way at the merch table.
Yeah, they're asking Brandon at the merch table,
And then you guys did My Hero Texas with us too. That was the first time we had you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I missed that one. I wasn't there.
There's a lot of them.
It seems like all kind of crazy things happen at My Hero Con Texas over in Dallas, over in the Irving area. Last time that I missed out on. It seems like the one I don't go to, and things just happen. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you don't go to a convention, everybody. Look, we got My Hero Con Florida coming up. There's no telling what you're gonna miss if you don't show up.
Don't miss it, man. Don't miss it. We gotta get the people there.
Florida's crazy.
Well, yeah, you mentioned Smash. I mean, tell me about all the different types of tournaments y'all run, because I've seen like Street Fighter going on. What else we got on tap?
Yeah, well, there's obviously some main titles, like Smash is always going to be popular anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 just came out, so that's going to be a popular title. Your Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Strive is kind of ending its life cycle with Street Fighter 6 coming up. So we generally try and have those, and then we try and tailor some of the tournaments to what kind of convention you're having. So when y'all had My Hero Texas Smash, we had like a My Hero Academia My Hero One's Justice 2 tournament. We do Kamehacon in Dallas, which is all Dragon Ball. So, obviously the Dragon Ball Fighter Z tournament is huge there. We're trying to throw in some Mario Kart. Oscar hates it, but I love it.
Mario Kart's amazing.
Right? Yeah. It's just,
you got to zigzag when you get in the first place, or else it doesn't work out. Yeah.
It's a complicated tournament to run, though, because like you have it's almost like a track meet. You got to have the different heats and get into a finals and stuff. But sometimes it can take a little long because, you try and let them do 3 or 4 of the tracks. And, he's a Smash guy, so he's used to, really quick rounds. So anything that lasts over like 30 minutes, he starts to be like, oh.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest, as far as like people in one tournament that you guys have had?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I think mainly for the conventions, we've been capped at 128. So that's kind of the cap there. With
like on play in the same tournament, like
Smash Brothers, 128 at San Japan last year, nice. And then we had like 85 for Guilty Gear and like another 84, 83 for Tekken 7. San Japan's pretty known and popular for the gaming tournaments, and we're really doing some big stuff this year with San Japan as well too. So super excited about that.
Man, I would love to have a huge tournament at one of our shows. I'd love to get some butts in the seats. See what you guys are made of.
Yeah, specifically for the gaming, that would be really cool. Because, I mean, everybody's so passionate about it. Everybody that's into it, they're really into it. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, look, Destin, Fort Walton Beach area, y'all show up. Y'all turn out. We got Smash on tap. We got some, what we're talking about here, Guilty Gear, perhaps Mario Kart. We'll see. Maybe it's in the cards. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
It is.
But I mean, Chris says, indeed it is in the cards.
I posted the schedule. Look, at My Hero Alabama, one of our friends that was keeping my children was like, I'm going to join that Street Fighter 6 tournament. And I just knew that he was going to go in there, and I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, he's going to go in there and just kick everybody's ass. and it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to have to be like, no, he's not affiliated with us. We didn't. Yeah.
We did not bring the ringer.
Listen, he went in there and he came out and said, I said, well, how'd you do? He's like, last place. I was like, what do you mean last place? You're like the best gamer I know. He was like, dude, he said, the guy that got first place, he said, I guess in one, they had to like an elimination tournament or whatever. He said, I couldn't get one punch in this guy. I couldn't touch him. And he said, and then the guy that came in second place, they meet up and practice like playing. So these guys had brought the skills.
That's one of those things. You never know how good you are until you do it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things unique with the FGC and Smash Brothers communities is they generally have weeklies in different cities and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that we try and do to enhance the quality of gaming at y'all's conventions is get in touch with the local communities and, build those relationships so that way, they'll invite their guys because, sometimes we're outsiders, if it's not in the Texas area. And so we really rely on some of those community influencers from those particular areas. And kind of circling back to what you're saying about, coming out and competing, I definitely urge everybody, even if you are going to go 0-2, there can only be one winner. And so it's all about coming out, having fun, socializing, networking, maybe getting involved in a weekly in your area as well. And it'll kind of open your eyes to the different competition because you only get better playing other people and stuff. So, definitely don't want anybody to get intimidated to come play in the tournament.
Oh, no. Like he said, he was a blast, but he said he got his tail handed to him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things too. It's all in the name of fun. I mean, it's gaming. It's in the name that it's supposed to be fun. So
It's supposed to be a game, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like, even if you do, hey, I might even if I weren't working, I might even throw my hat in the ring, even though I know I'm going to get obliterated. But just to do it, why not? If you're there, it's going to be going on all weekend. You may as well jump in.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys got tournaments Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
they're gonna. Was talking to Chris about while the rave's going on, we're gonna have a Demon Slayer tournament.
Yeah,
from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
So that'll be awesome. And then the other thing that we provide is that open play. So if you're not in a tournament and or you're a parent and you want to walk around a little bit, you're and then you have your child, and they're kind of getting a little tired, just let them game for a little bit, get that energy back up, and do a few more rounds at some artist alleys or merchant tables, and be able to enjoy the rest of the con and stuff. So it's almost like a pit stop with the open play. Which is awesome. Like sometimes I'll see the same parent and kid come back 3 or 4 times and like, all right, let's take a little pit stop and then do another round. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. That is super cool. Well, I'm so glad to have you guys. Y'all really do add a level of credibility for sure.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, and you've got that big like 360 thing.
Oh, the
What is
ring.
that?
Oh, that thing is so cool.
Yeah. If it's up to like about 12 people, like we eventually want to get it to where like, maybe we can do something like scheduled times with cosplayers and stuff. So that way they can take pictures with some attendees as well.
Yeah.
I think that would be super
so
awesome. I tend to be so busy. I keep meaning to bring that up to you guys, and I just haven't got the ball rolling with that yet. But I think that would be super unique. We're also playing with kind of like just a 180 version of it. Because one thing I'm having trouble with is building, because I want to do like a green screen around it, but it's so hard to make like a 360 green
Yeah,
screen.
you'd have to have like a shower curtain or something around the thing.
Yeah, and then like some way of holding it up, but then we got to travel with it, so it gets super complicated. So we're kind of playing with like an idea of just doing like 180 and then having like a green screen, just like maybe a flat wall or something that's semi-curved, which would be so much easier. And because our ultimate aim is to kind of create an immersive experience where we can put them in with another character with a background or something like that. And I would definitely love to work with the conventions as we go forward and like see what unique themes and elements from your particular convention that we can immerse the attendees into with that 360 or 180 camera that we're doing.
Yeah, like so to describe it, I guess to the people who haven't seen it before, it's this ring that sits on the floor. It's on a little stand. It's like a metal ring, and it's got this arm that comes up that has a I would say tripod, monopod, I guess, for a DSLR. And then you stand in the middle and it runs around the track and it takes this video of you as it goes around. And so you can pose or do whatever, do your back-to-back whatever. And it just creates these really cool videos for attendees, cosplayers, whoever to take home. And I've seen people do like little like half-speed mock battles in them and all kind of other really cool stuff. So yeah, having a green screen element, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and we've been playing with like the slow-mo aspect of it as well, which like kind of going in and out of like regular speed and slow-mo, and it's super awesome. Like you'll see other people doing it, and you'll definitely want to try it, especially when you see how the footage comes out of them and stuff like that. And we definitely, internet providing at the different event centers that we go to, we definitely try and get those out immediately, like, pretty much just as soon as we're done. But obviously, if we start adding post-production stuff, it may take us a few days to get it out to people. Sure. But, super excited about those opportunities.
Yeah,
very cool. Really very cool.
Would be cool to see. I did a little test drive with it at Mobile Bay Anime Fest one time when your guy was setting it up out there, just so he could test it out, and it was very fun.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like we all have full-time jobs, so like, well, Oscar's full-time job is the convention stuff, but he's not a camera guy, so he doesn't count. But so like the only time we really get to like play with it and practice with it is at the conventions. So that's kind of why we've kind of been slow playing it and kind of just slowly getting better at it and stuff. But July is kind of a slow month for us, so we're definitely going to try and take a weekend or two and pull it out and test some more methods and get better at it for sure.
That's awesome.
Look, back to the gaming. My question for you is what do you think is the game? What do you think is the title that people seem to get the most heated over?
Oh, um,
He's like, let me tell you.
yeah. Call of Duty has a very toxic pop off type
yeah.
environment.
Yes.
Also, the sports titles like Madden and 2K. Well, those aren't necessarily convention type tournament games just because they take so long. Like Call of Duty, that's usually an hour a match because they have the variant style where they do like the hard point control and search and destroy and stuff. But anyway, yeah, those are I used to manage a gaming lounge and we would have those kind of tournaments. And Call of Duty is kind of funny. Like the sports guys, like when they start chirping at each other, they mean it. Like you better calm them down because or else there's gonna be something that's gonna go down. But the Call of Duty guys, like they'll be chirping in the middle of the match, and then afterwards they're like, "Oh man, good job," and then they're best friends. It's like you were just talking about like his mom and like like dog feces. Like what happened here, And so yeah, Call of Duty's hilarious. 2K NBA, 2K and Madden guys, like they don't get too heated often, but it's the serious heated. You know what I mean? Whereas Call of Duty's kind of like a show off type heated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris,
no,
I got a bit of a question.
Sure.
So I imagine that with your setup, real estate is very crucial. You only have so many screens, so many consoles, et cetera, so you can't be goofing around too much. But have you ever thought of like just putting a wild card out there, just like something that the people aren't going to expect?
Like what do you mean?
I'm talking about Desert Bus. Have you ever heard of a little game called Desert Bus?
No, I definitely
Simpsons
haven't.
Hit and Run, perhaps. What is Desert Bus, Brandon?
Desert Bus was it was part of a collection of games, a collection of Penn and Teller games. The popular musician.
Yeah.
That was going to come out for, I believe, that popular console, the Sega CD. Or it could have been something along those lines. But
really
it was a very
off.
like multimedia-oriented experience. And Desert Bus was a game within that game. The premise of Desert Bus is, I believe that you are driving a bus. I think it is from LA to Las Vegas, although I could be wrong.
Through the desert.
And you are driving real time from those two cities. It takes, I think, like 6 to 8 hours. You cannot just hold down the A button and just cruise on. You have to constantly adjust your steering as you would in a normal car.
Yeah, because it drifts, I think. Yeah, they like programmed it to drift a little bit.
Yes, exactly. So you're cruising along, and I think that you're capped at like either 45 miles per hour or like 50 miles per hour. One of the two.
It's a real speed
you're cruising
scenario.
along. You're cruising along for 6 to 8 hours, and you get to your destination, and the doors open, and then they close, and then you drive back for 6 to 8 hours. And it repeats. It just repeats over and over again. You can never finish the game. It's just
pitfall.
Yeah. So people have actually used this game during charity streams. You'll have like teams of people just playing Desert Bus as long as they can for the kids. They're doing it for the kids,
for the children, just like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So a little fact.
My very specific question: have you ever thought about putting Desert Bus on one of them screens?
I haven't, and the only reason is because one player would be there the whole convention. So.
Yeah, that jerk.
One guy would just park there, and he would just pause it on the Friday night and be like, "All right, don't turn this off.
Oh, no, there
going
is
back
no pause
tomorrow
button.
morning to
That's
continue."
the part I forgot. There's no pause.
Yeah,
he gets a waiver to stay
okay.
overnight. He gets a waiver to stay overnight at the convention.
Jeez.
Got to take it back.
Do you ever get like anybody just real rowdy that you have to like tap on the shoulder and be like, all right, man, you're out. You're out of here.
At the conventions, it hasn't been so bad, but I mean, there has been a tournament or two where there's just that one person, and honestly, like there might be somebody who like chatters a lot, but it's not like in a enticing and have to necessarily get rid of him. It's just like, man, that guy's a chatterbox. But then there is the instances where like two people are just like, somebody says something that somebody takes disrespectful, and they kind of want to start bucking up to one another, that you gotta calm the situation. But those situations honestly don't happen too often, because like at the conventions it's mainly FGC and Smash, and those guys play each other so often, like they're generally pretty good sports about not degrading or disrespecting anybody in those situations. So usually their pop-offs are more like proud of themselves type pop-offs, not like
Yeah.
go suck it.
Yeah.
What you're saying is you can't be acting onions.
You can't.
No acting onions.
Don't act
be acting
onions.
onions. You got. Here's the thing, Chris. Do you know about acting onions?
I don't know.
All right. Look, if they're acting onions, they're gonna have to get in the skillet.
Uh-oh.
Right in the skillet.
Yeah.
It's the rules.
That is the rules. Look, we had a little pre-chat here, I guess. I don't know. So you personally haven't been able to make it to any of our shows in particular, but you've done other conventions. Is that right, or what?
Yeah. Like I generally will help out on like some of the local ones if I have an opportunity to, especially like some of the bigger ones like San Japan, but some of the smaller ones I'll probably leave it to the guys.
Yeah.
Man, I was trying to make the Destin, Florida one, but it's like the daughter's first week of school is then, and so it was like I wanted to plan it to where we got to go for that weekend. But interestingly enough, I was trying to talk her out of going to school. She was like, "No, I can't miss my first week." We're like, "What are you talking about? We're going to Florida." She was like,
Wait, how old is the daughter?
She's 12. She'll be going into 8th grade.
Yeah. I got my 14-year-old wouldn't miss a day of school if
I'm like, why are you being so responsible?
I feel like I would have been like, if my dad had told me at 12, I would have been like, something terrible is going to happen to me if I miss school, like something bad. Like it's just like I would be afraid of like the weirdest form of like karma, I guess, of something happening to me at that point in time.
And her birthday is at the beginning of the month, August 5th, and so we kind of have a tradition of going to the local beach, Corpus here, for her birthday. And so I was like, well, instead of Corpus, we'll go to Florida. You know what I mean? Like it'll be awesome. And a beach
is a beach, man. Come on.
And y'all's beaches are way better than our beaches.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Destin beach.
Well, look. Here's the thing.
I
don't live in Florida. I live in Louisiana. Our beaches are the worst beaches in the country. So
y'all got the swamp beaches.
Yeah. It's pretty. They're pretty gnarly.
Dude,
you don't want to go lay out on those beaches.
No.
I've never been to a Louisiana beach. I didn't. I mean, I see. When I look at maps recreationally, there's a coastline, but I did not think that they were beaches for whatever reason.
Lake Charles. When you drive by Lake Charles, that's got a beach, right?
There are like a few little pockets. Yeah, there's like a little island you can drive to called Dauphin Island. And it's like kind of in the Gulf or whatever. And we went there around Easter time, but it was like way too cold to get in. So that was whatever.
That was in Alabama.
And then a couple weeks after we were there, an alligator was out in the water over there. And so
I saw that.
It was like, oh, I'm glad we weren't there when the alligator was swimming around somehow the alligator got out in the salt water, and it was a mystery. Whoa. They're not supposed to be out there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyways, good thing we did not wind up in the water with the alligator, is all I'm saying.
That's bad news, bears.
Bad news, bears, y'all.
No.
But yeah, I humbly asked Moonbeam to book our guys for another day's stay there in Florida, so that way they could enjoy a day at the beach instead of just making it all work. So I think they're gonna go up there a day early, use that first day as just like a beach day, and then second day set up everything, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday rock and roll at the convention.
Yeah,
so.
man, you guys will have a blast.
The only caveat is they have to set up the ring on the beach. So we can do the 360 beach shots.
That would be pretty awesome. Yeah,
me and Brandon out there are gonna go out. We're gonna cosplay Miami Vice and gonna get in the ring.
Well, we have a little gimbal. That'll probably be better at the
there
beach.
We go.
So that way we're not stationary. Yeah. And we don't get everything all sandy.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if I mentioned it in a time previous to this, but my gosh, the last time that we were there, which was a fantastic time, but goodness gracious, all of the volunteers just couldn't. So many people were not urgent to get to the beach with me. I had a cardboard cutout printed of me like doing the finger guns, and I would skip out about an hour early, to hit the beach. And everybody else just like, oh no, I did not bring my swimsuit. I might go and stick my toes in the wet sand later. I'm like, what are you talking about? Get in the water. Make friends with a dolphin.
Especially there in Destin, Florida, man. Like, in Texas, you can't even be at your knees and see your feet anymore. But I know those Florida beaches, you could be neck deep and still see your feet crystal clear. So
yeah.
Oh, man, can't miss out.
If there's a body of water, Brandon's gonna get in it like an onion in a skillet.
Absolutely.
If there's a deep enough puddle outside the convention center, we might find a minute later. It's just it's a law of nature, is what it is.
I mean, goodness gracious! You guys should see me in my hotel room. I have like floaties on in the bathtub. It's where I belong.
He's got his swim trunks on. He's got on floaties. He's sipping a Miller High Life Pony.
Yes.
He wants one of those rooms with the jetted tubs, or else he's not going.
Yeah,
man.
I was in one of those last week.
Brandon's rider is you would not believe the rider that Brandon has at the conventions. Mine is is there a blanket in the room? All right, I'm good, I guess.
My rider is it's very I don't know, particular. You hear the old story of Van Halen and the no brown M&Ms. My rider is take a bag of M&Ms and take a bag of Skittles and pour both bags into one large bowl, and my God, what a fun time you have after that.
That's awesome.
I don't even know what any of that means.
He's an agent of chaos is what that means. Moonbeam, that's what that means. Well, look, Chris, I mean, we're getting kind of towards the end of this thing here. So just sum it up for us. What can we expect? Break it on down. What are we going to have on tap out of Texas Gaming, all in one little clip here this August 25th through the 27th. Is that right? Is that the right date?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
25th to the 27th.
I feel like it was in my brain, but I didn't actually look at it. So I was like, that can't be right. But I got it right. Okay, 25th to 27th, Destin. Get your tickets at myheroconvention.com. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, so basically Friday's Mortal Kombat 11 and Guilty Gear. Saturday's Smash Brothers, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 7, and then the rave party with the Demon Slayer. And then Sunday we're having our Mario Kart. Definitely, as you said, you can go to myherocon.com and be able to register for those tournaments. Registration is live. All entry fees that towards the tournament go to the prize pool, so you can easily see what the prize pool is going to be by how many attendees there are and how much you paid to get in to the bracket. Other than that, make sure and get you a 360 shot or a 180, whatever we set up out there, and have a good time. Definitely enjoy the games during open play, and check out the merchandise sales and the artist alley and everything else that My Hero Florida Smash has to offer, because it's gonna be an awesome convention for sure.
Yeah, man, we can't wait for it. And I like that you're doing the Mario Kart on Sunday, because that is like the chill day of the convention pretty much all the time. And like I always tell people, like, if you do the whole weekend, there's less of a sense of urgency, and you can actually like have a day to just enjoy the convention and do the things like the Mario Kart tournament.
Sure.
So that's awesome, man. Well, look, Chris, we appreciate you coming on, especially since this was kind of last minute. We asked you to do this. What we do, I don't know if you know this, but we close out every episode by playing a game. Okay. And I put this game together before I knew you were coming on. So if it's outside of your wheelhouse, I apologize right now.
It's nothing but car and sports ball talk.
It's just baseball stats. Okay, you got to be able to tell me. Can I tell you guys an aside story real quick before we get into this?
Basketball, it's baseball.
Let me tell you. So it's a trivia-esque game here. So let me tell you a quick story here, an aside, if you will, before we get into. I say a quick story. It's a long story, but here we go. So I've been running trivia nights for about like 13 years now, and the spot I've been doing it in right now, a place called Plucker's Wing Bar, out really close to they're from Austin, but this one is close to LSU campus. And one time I go in there and I'm setting up, and like we have packets of paper and little pencils we pass out and everything like that. And there's a table in there that's not my regular group of people, and they're all young, like they're all big. They're all very young. Like they look like they're like freshman athletes for the school, or they're looking to come in and play football or something like that. And there's this middle-aged guy there with them, and he's kind of sitting against the wall. He's got a hat on. He's got it pulled on kind of low, and looks like a booster taking the kids out, for dinner. And there's something familiar about the guy, but I'm working. I got to set up. I got to get everything ready to go here. And so I'm like setting everything up, and we're going through, and they're playing, and everybody else that's there is playing. But we go through a round, and then we get to the sports round. And we have a question in the sports round that's like, Karl Malone holds the NBA record for this statistic with 13,188. And the table starts laughing. And the table next to them starts laughing. And this table in the back corner starts laughing. And that's when I go, oh, snap. That's Karl Malone sitting right there. And we just happened to have a question about him in the game. He thought everybody thought we had just changed the game last minute. I was like, no, I wrote this like a week ago. Like it just happened because his son KJ Malone was playing football for LSU at the time. So anyway, and it was funny. He came over and said, hey, and whatever else on the way out. But the best part about it was after all the commotion calmed down, all the kids looked over at him and they said, well, what's the answer? And he was like, I don't know. He had to ask us because he was like leaving before we gave out all the answers. He had to ask us. He's like, what do I hold the record for? Like he went home and he was like, hey, honey, did you know that I have the record for NBA 3-foot? So anyways, that's my story about hosting trivia.
Yeah. What was the record? Rebounds?
Free throw attempts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
13,000?
Do you know who Karl Malone is?
13,000. The mailman.
The mailman. Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Greg is the sports guy in the family. I don't know jack crap about sports.
Yeah, no, my guess would have been slam dunks. 13,000 slam dunks.
Of course.
Yeah, breaking the backboard.
Yeah.
13,000 pieces of mail delivered. He is the mailman after all. Look, all right, so here's the game we're going to play, y'all. It's called Name That Band. All right.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Yeah, Brandon's excited about this already.
I'm so bad at music.
Here's how it works. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about a band. I'm going to give you the number of members that Wikipedia lists for the band. We're not going to count touring members, just members that have been in or are in the band, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then each of you are going to bid. And you're going to tell me how few of those band members you think you would need in order to name the band. And I'm going to go from kind of lower tiered band member up to higher tiered band member as well. And then the lowest bidder will get to go. Now, if you miss it, the next person in line will get an additional name, and then they will get to go as well. And we'll see how it goes. So,
before we start, is one of these bands going to be Flying Burrito Brothers?
No promises, Brandon. No promises.
Okay. All I'm saying,
one of the bands.
Anybody who wants to like have their jaws dropped over like how many members a band has had, look up Flying Burrito Brothers. You'll pee your pants a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
All right. Look.
What about Rome?
Oh,
yeah, Sublime with Rome. Yeah.
Sublime
There's a whole story about Sublime with Rome, Chris. Don't go down the rabbit hole, please.
Yes.
Okay. So our first band, Chris, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to let you bid first on this one because you are the guest. Our first band is an indie rock band that released their debut album in 1993. Wikipedia lists, let's see here, 8 members. Not necessarily 8 members in the band right now, but 8 members that have been in the band. How few of those names do you think you would need to name the band?
I think you could list all of them, and I'm not.
I probably wouldn't know.
Music is like my weak spot. Like,
all right, yeah. Man. See, I knew this was a danger here. All right, so look. That's okay. So Chris says 8. Brandon, how many do you think you would need?
3.
3. Okay. Moonbeam, how many do you think you would need to name the band?
I don't know. It depends on the band, man. I don't know.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. You don't.
Probably 8.
All right. 8.
7 or 8.
7. Okay. Moonbeam says 7. Brandon, we're going to let you go. Here are your 3 members, okay? They are Alan White, Paul McGuigan, McGuigan, and Paul Arthurs. Brandon, name that band.
I flew way too close to the sun.
How's it feel now, Icarus? Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Debut was in 93. Indie
Debut
rock
album,
band.
1993, yeah.
Has had 8 members, but let's see. Okay. I'm guessing that you can't provide any more information, like when they formed.
I cannot.
Okay,
I cannot. I will not.
I figured. Okay, 93.
What a jerk.
I don't remember indie rock existing in 93.
Indie rock started in like the early 80s with the anyway.
Maybe there's some rap questions.
Wouldn't you call that new wave though? Like
No, this is the Dunedin sound out of New Zealand. I know it sounds like I'm making stuff up, but look it up. It's anyway. Okay, indie rock band debut in 93. Shoot. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess a wrong answer and say Sebadoh.
It is not Sebadoh. Moonbeam. I'm gonna give you one more name.
Okay.
Tony McCarroll. So we have Alan White, Paul McGuigan, maybe, Paul Arthurs, and Tony McCarroll.
Nah, I don't know any of those dudes.
Yeah, just throw a band out. Just an indie rock band.
I don't know, man. Jimmy Eat World.
It's not Jimmy Eat World. I like the effort though. Chris. I'm gonna add Jim Archer on. So we have Jim Archer, Andy Bell, Tony McCarroll, Paul Arthurs, Paul McGuigan, and Alan White.
So honestly, I don't even know that I can name one indie band.
Still a rock band out there.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot. ACDs.
Yeah.
I love that you went there.
I think they're all like 80s or something. I'm pretty sure I'm way off.
Brandon, you're about to be real mad because here are the last remaining members of that band.
Oh boy.
Noel Gallagher.
Oh!
And Liam Gallagher.
I know it.
Shameless.
That's
for no
a
points. Who
Britpop
is it?
band.
Gallagher's.
That's a Britpop band.
Yeah. Oasis.
I wouldn't have called them indie rock. Oasis. I wouldn't have called them indie rock.
Me neither.
You know, well, that's what happens when you're slowly walking down the hall faster than a cannonball. It's just, it's the way it goes. All right.
Those guys are such rock stars.
Brandon.
Yeah, like recently they were like, hey, we're gonna maybe play some reunited shows in 2025. Like what a prissy little bunch of boys. Like we'll make up maybe in the next few years, and maybe we'll play some shows 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Oscar's gamer tag is Oasis, and I think it might be from one of them bands. Y'all will have to ask him.
It's because of the band. I am gonna ask him now. When that'll
be quite the coincidental connection here. He'd probably run that round right there.
I'm gonna just say 2 days gonna be the day, and we'll see if he finishes the line. Yeah.
I will say though, like "Don't Look Back in Anger" is one of my favorite songs.
Wonderwall.
No, "Don't Look Back in Anger."
Oh, that's a good song. That's a good song. Not gonna lie, I cannot tell a lie.
Is Oasis like emo type rock?
No, not at all. No. They were Britpop. They didn't have a lot of success in the U.S., but boy, howdy, the people in the U.K. eat up some Oasis.
They did Wonderwall. You know, today is gonna be the day. That song.
Did Sublime have a song called Oasis?
Probably.
Maybe Sublime. With
in all likelihood, they did.
Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Brandon, we're going to start with you on this next one here. You're next up in the queue to bid first. I've got an indie/alternative rock band.
Mm-hmm.
that released their debut album in 1991, and Wikipedia only lists 4 members.
Oh.
You can bid 0 if you want to as well. That's up to you.
Ooh, that's a.
If you want to be real daring about
If you really want to roll the bones.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna play it safer this time. Let's go with 3.
3, he says. Moonbeam, do you think you can name this band in less than 3 members?
I mean, why not? I'll do it in 2.
2? Okay. Chris, do you think you can do it in less than 2?
I think I could do it in 1 with Google.
It says 1 with Google. Yeah, I am 1 with Google. You never know, because what if this person was in several different bands? All right, so you're saying 1, Chris?
Sure.
He's going to try it. Okay, Chris. Dave Roundtree is your band member.
Green Day.
He says Green Day. Green Day, great guess. It is incorrect. I like it. It's not right. Brandon, you have Dave Roundtree and Alex James.
I had 3. Moonbeam had 2. You want to go with Moonbeam?
No. Well, we're going in like a clockwise order here. How
okay,
here on my screen. So.
Well, then she's going to get 3 names.
Oh wait, no. Wait, that's right. Yeah, Chris went first. Yeah, she'll get 3 names. So you get 2: Alex James and Dave Roundtree.
Wait. So this is Moonbeam or me?
It's you, Brandon.
Wait. So I said 3 though. Do I only get 2?
Yeah, you only get 2 because we started on Chris's 1. See what I'm saying?
Say the names one more time.
Yeah, Alex James and Dave Roundtree. Debut album 1991. Alternative / indie rock. Perhaps you could say dance rock. Perhaps.
You know what? Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna say another early '90s indie band, even though I know it's not gonna be this because they've had more than 4 members. Pavement.
Pavement.
Yeah.
Is incorrect. Moonbeam. Your names are Dave Roundtree, Alex James, and Graham Coxon.
Oh,
Brandon's so mad.
You could have got it in 3, couldn't you, Brandon?
He could have.
Because I said that I wanted 3 names.
It's gonna come back around to you. Don't worry. If Moonbeam doesn't get it,
I don't know that name. Graham Cox. Man, do I have to guess?
you don't. You can pass, but I would encourage you just to say a name.
Yeah. So, and 91.
91.
Dance music.
Well, indie rock. Dance.
And I was 11 years old in
Alternative rock.
91. I wasn't listening to nothing but Smurfing USA.
Okay. Yeah.
So unless it was
it was the Smurfs then.
Yeah, unless it
At
was
Christian camp. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pass. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Chris, I'm gonna add on Damon Albarn, Graham Cox, Alex James, and Dave Roundtree.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish is incorrect. Brandon, do you think you can guess it?
Yes, and number 1, this is another G-dang Britpop band. This is not indie / alternative / dance. This is Blur. We're talking about Blur.
Oh.
It's Blur.
I didn't know those guys' names.
Point for Brandon.
I had the name at the tip of my brain, but it was just like a blur, so I couldn't.
I remember that song. It was like girls who like boys, that was that album, right?
Yeah. And then there's the whole woo-hoo thing as well.
Yeah.
So.
No, that came out later. I think I was driving when that song came out.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I think.
Go ahead and edit me out.
We got one. I got one left. We're gonna do anyway. We'll see if anyone can tie Brandon and can throw us to a tiebreaker. Let's see what happens here. All right. This next one, Moonbeam, I'm going to let you bid first. Let me make sure I have the correct number here. Yeah, okay. This is an electronic rock band that released their debut album in 1981. Wikipedia lists 5 members that were not touring members, 5 actual members. How many do you think you would need?
5.
She says 5. Chris, how many do you think you might need?
We'll go 4.
4? Brandon, do you think you could do it in 3 or less?
2.
He says 2. Okay. All right. Your members are. All right, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Vince Clark and Andy Fletcher. My
New
cousin.
Order.
New Order is not New Order. No.
Shoot.
Moonbeam, I'm going to add on here. Andy Fletcher, Vince Clark, and Alan Wilder.
But it's not New Order.
It is not New Order.
Yeah, I heard like Electronic Act's debut in 81. I was like, yeah, New Order, of course.
Greg, nobody's asking you.
He's saying something over there.
He
We'll see
said,
if he
"I
gets
know
it.
who
I don't
it
hear what
is."
he's saying, so we'll see if we gets it right.
Did I know who it is?
Oh, he's saying he
I'm
knows who it
fine.
is. Okay, cool.
Can he
We'll let
take
him
my turn?
Chime in. Huh?
Can he take my turn?
Not yet.
Nah. Okay.
When y'all don't get it, he can.
1981.
Yeah.
Let's see. Culture Club.
It's not Culture Club. No.
Okay.
Chris. Andy Fletcher, Vince Clark, Alan Wilder, and Martin Gore.
A rock band from 81.
Electronic rock.
Electronic rock.
Yep.
They had electronics in 81?
They had electronics.
yeah,
they did.
I think that they had lights by then.
Television. They had telephones. They had
Let's go
radios.
with whatever group Leonard. No, because that's an artist, not a group. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's go. I said AC/DC earlier, so let's go Metallica with this one.
All right, Metallica. I like it.
Even though that's not.
It's not Metallica, but I like it.
Hardcore.
Brandon, do you need another one, or do you think you got it? Should I give it to you anyway?
Greg, be quiet. Greg said we have all the albums on vinyl.
I'm confident that you do. I'm confident that you do.
Okay, electronic rock.
I'm actually
81.
confident that Brandon might as well. And look, I'll give you the name: Andy Fletcher, Vince Clark, Alan Wilder, Martin Gore, and Dave Graham.
Is the band name 1 word, 2 words, 3 words?
I don't want to tell you before Brandon guesses, because this is still for a point.
I really have nothing coming to me.
No? Okay. Greg, go ahead and throw your answer in.
Depeche Mode.
It's Depeche Mode.
Oh!
It is not indie pop.
I got to tell you that if it were name all the people in Oingo Boingo, I would still not know it, because I'm terrible at names.
Yeah.
I tried to convince Brandon that like there was some connection between what was the bands that I was like confident was the lead singer.
You thought that the lead singer of the Smithereens was also the lead singer of Goo Goo Dolls.
That's right. I sure did. I was confident in that 100%.
Yeah, but I think
was
wasn't the thing there that he's dead? So
exactly, like the guy in the Smithereens is dead, and old Johnny Resnick from Buffalo, New York, keeps on trucking.
Yeah, well, I was wrong, and it was the Gin Blossoms guy, right? That's like subbing in.
So
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
The connection was that God, who did that song? Someday. It doesn't matter. Someone who co-wrote with the Gin Blossoms now occasionally fronts the Smithereens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was wrong, and Joey would have believed me all day, all night, but Brandon called it real quick.
Well, if it doesn't have wheels on it, Joey's not interested in it. So music-wise, he would have believed you. Yeah, it's fine. But y'all, I am getting the signal here to wrap us up, so I'm going to need to go ahead and do that here. Chris, thank you so much for being on. We kind of threw this together last minute. Very much appreciate you being on here. Texas Gaming, come out, support Texas Gaming at My Hero Con, Florida. Get your tickets to that at myheroconvention.com. We also got Alabama Comic-Con. I'm thinking you guys are probably going to be somewhere in the area for that as well over in Birmingham. You can get your tickets to that at alabamacomiccon.com as well. We'll be back here next week for another visit with episode 10. But until then, stay humble.